Master Grade Aile Strike Gundam version Remaster. Hey, what's up again everybody? It's Robert184, 2Rs2Bs, Gundam Reviews.net with a kit here that's been almost 10 years in the making. From Gundam Seed, it's the first lead, Kira Yamato's, and then Mu's of course. It's the Aile Strike Gundam, now remastered. And don't forget you can get this kit and so much more from Ryan, Sid, and the other friendly folks over at HobbyLink Japan, full links down below. May 2013 release, and 4,200 Japanese yen, 400 more than the original Master Grade. Which you can see here, 3,800 yen, October 2003 release to coincide with the end of the anime, a vertical Master Grade box with his iconic pose there, a complete inner frame outside of the head to go along with the launch bay, and great posability yet still keeping solid. And just with the Master Grade line, you can see it recolored into the Strike Rouge before it got recolored again with the IWSP added onto it. Of course, it was going to be eventually powered up after that guy came out into the Strike Noir before we got the long-awaited Launcher and Sword Striker packs to add onto it. And back to the 2004 Bible where you can see that it came out with its non-grade before we got the high grade there. Also, of course, it got a 1/100th before it could even dream of becoming a Master Grade, and it also has some variations of those. The very reasonably priced 1/60th non-grade was going to be followed up here by the Striker weapon system where you got to see all three versions, again, for a reasonable price. The perfect grade though, which wasn't quite a home run until you actually go and added on the Aile Striker and Skygrasper to it. Even more high-grade goodness recently with the Perfect Strike from the new remastered versions, and its Robert ranking is pretty much almost unassailable here with its real grade release. So from that pedigree you can see that the Strike has been a consistent seller for Bandai over the years, which is why it was so exciting that these initial four bad guys from Gundam Seed, we only had 1/100th non-grades of them, never had been released in Master Grades, and when Bandai decided to release them all, especially the focus on the 100 frames, speculation ran rampant as to whether or not we'd be getting the ultimate 2.0 of the Strike Gundam. 2.0s, of course, being a relatively rare honor that very, very few MSs get in Master Grade form. Nonetheless, speculation is over, and now we've got them all, and you can have an incredible shelf with these five. And once it was confirmed, one of the last questions was simply going to be how would they deal with the Sword and the Launcher Striker packs there. And of course, they put those out online, so you can buy just these actual packs to add to this version remaster here. Or, of course, for your money, you might as well just go out and buy one of these, because especially if you've got an old Master Grade Aile Strike, you can get two of these guys. You'll have two old school Strike bodies to put on these, and then have the remaster to put on the Aile pack. A very cool set of three, and it's just going to be a matter of time before we start getting Strike Rouges, you'd think. And will we be getting a Master Grade Freedom 2.0? We'll have to find out. But back to the kit and that name, Remaster. 10 years after its original broadcast, we got new HD releases of Gundam Seed, and it's been followed up by Seed Destiny. Of course, Bandai never misses a trick to tell the same story in comic form again and again, but this is the reason why it's not called 2.0. But over here you get to see some concept illustrations of this version RM brought to life with incredible details in there. And there you've got the 102 Duel, the 103 Buster, the 207 Blitz, and the 303 Aegis, and there they are in their Master Grade forms. The complete set of five. Imagine they had all stayed in one set of hands. You wouldn't think that the war would have been over pretty quick. And there's a great view of the front of the actual model itself, all the colors in all the right places, along with some of the features that are going to be built in there, bringing it to life and with all the mechanical detail they can. Flaps moving on the Aile Striker pack, battery packs in there, and the fact you're getting a little Kira and a Mu, a nice touch in terms of the figures, as you've always got to recognize the hand-me-downs. The Aile Striker is going to be looking good folded up there and deployed on the back with lots of little details in there, including those always well-known yellow Adidas stripes. But how about this? For the classic pose for just the Strike Gundam before the Aile pack got added on, he always looked great with those armored hot dogs there. The only thing that's going to be standing out for me is just the way they're doing these shoulders. It looks quite a bit different from the old classic one. But look at the details that are going to be molded into parts like this for the thruster nozzles over there. They've gone for a sharp finish for the mold everywhere that they can. And look at the moving parts there for the waist section and the shoulders. And even just the colors. If we've got gray, red, and blue in such short order there, the back is going to be fantastic. There's the standard weapons down there with the anti-beam shield and the beam rifle looking good to go along with the standard beam sabers. The armored Schneider knives are going to be fitting in the side pockets, and how about that pose? It's the kind of thing that you really want to get him off the ground for, and it's easy to do. Even though they're not going to be focusing on the fact that he's got a catapult base included, original marking seals there for this guy, and there you can see the two pilots, before and after, and machine style, and moving hips and some great sliding knee mechanisms. Can't wait to see how they work. And finally, unpainted out of the box, you get to see the catapult in action there, and just take a look at the details. Gray in the tips of the toes, it looks like it's going to be going there throughout the waist and the side skirts. Great details in the shoulders, the yellow eyes where everything they should be. This guy's looking good. How good is he going to pose? So it's inside the box we go to see what you're going to be treated to. Colorful A-plate there with pink beam sabers. Black, red, and gray there to go along with the leads. For the base, gray for the manipulators. Lots of seals inside. More gray, more red. Some special parts there, especially for the perfect. And there it is, the base and the manual. Great cover art there on the manual, although I have to say that the box art isn't going to stand out as much as the old one, it seems. When you go inside there, you get to see some nice classic line art there of the Aile Striker. They're also going to be talking about the 5 different Gs there, and you get to see the sword and the launcher packs. You also get to see some information about the development and, Captain Bounce there, who eventually took command of the Archangel. You've got the Striker Pack system, Kira Yamato, no focus on Mu here yet, and the story of Gundam Seed. From here, you'll see lots of holes in the plates there, which means that these were designed very clearly in tandem with all 4 of the other bad guys there. As you get to see all of these, some of these are going to be ABS plastic. As you move through the catapult base there, leading up to the M plate, color seals, marking seals, Gundam decals, and a single wire lead. And you'll notice that there's a couple pricey parts down there, mostly for the catapult, 500 for the base itself, and 100 yen for the arm. Love the layout of the manual, though it would be nice to have a little bit of color, which we're getting used to for only 2,500 yen with the real grades. You can see the chest construction there. The head is going to have multiple parts. Hopefully you're not going to be having to paint on your own Vulcans and the side cheeks there. And once you put together the arms and the legs, you're going to be getting into some more color splashes on the inside. Incredible poses over there in every way. You can see Kira Yamato as you open up the cockpit. You also do get a seated Mu there, and there he is as we get to see the version of the Perfect Strike, which showed up actually animated instead of just being a BB Senshi gimmick there. You can recreate that with the battery packs. Some of the details here and from the line art, just incredible amount of details or attention paid to the details themselves. There's the battery packs. We'll see how those are going to work out. The classic strike pose there. It's going to look good front or back. The feet are moving well. And you get him up there in front of the moon there, launching into space. And if he's in HD, well, it's looking pretty much perfect. It looks like a fairly simple build throughout there. As you can see, the final assembly already. How to open the cockpit hatch and swing the hips. He is going to have a custom mount base there for the action bases. The weapons are going to be looking pretty familiar there. A few more parts for the beam rifle, it looks like. The Aile Striker Pack is going to be having some good details, though, built into it. That's really the exciting part for me. Can't really wait to see how that's going to work in action. There's the catapult. When you build it all up together there, you can get the arm in place. And you'll notice that there's almost no attention at all paid to the perfect variation there. Looks like they are going to be going just high-grade style. You can take one of the batteries and detach it, but otherwise it's just going to be a single piece and a single color, which is disappointing. And if you want to go ahead and put on the Sword Striker Pack, you're going to have to use 2 of these L pieces there. You are going to be getting a new set of set fingers there. And if you want to get the launcher gun in there, you can swap that part into the backpack. And here you're going to get no help whatsoever in terms of the color when you're putting on the decals. Lots of different views of the Gundam itself. And the Aile Striker Pack, though, it's the kind of thing where real grade seems to be beating it in some ways, though. But it's some great looking painted by a pro versions there. On the back, as you can also see the little characters, it looks like the sides of the heads are going to have all the details in there, even if you don't want to go in there with a $2 lining marker. Classic colors there, white, indie blue, Monza red, and then the antenna in yellow. Always great to see the tricolors used so effectively. An exciting unbox so far is that for only 400 yen more, you're going to be getting lots of new and remastered features there. Stick around to check out the plates and the seals on the inside, and of course, let me know what you think of this strike and any other one that we've seen in model form. Thanks for watching and stick around for lots more. See ya! Will no one bring me justice? In master grade form anyway.